Immigration has been thrust into the headlines as the Trump administration's enforcement surge crosses the country. And the Kansas City Metro is no stranger to that effort. We've seen federal agents raid restaurants in our area, all while ICE tries to set up a massive detention center close to home. And local leaders have been pushing back on those plans. I asked Unified Government Mayor and CEO Crystal Watson what she's doing moving forward as she works to address poverty in her county as well. You know, Kansas City, Kansas, Wyandotte County, home to a diverse group of people, many of them immigrants. What is your take on everything that's been happening, and how do you apply policy in that regard moving forward?
Well, I think first and foremost, I have a heart for any of our immigrants who are being treated the way they are, and that is across the country. I am deeply concerned about how it will impact Wyandotte County. If the federal government mandates certain things, we don't have any control over that. Our sheriff department is mandated by the state, and our police department, we do have an ordinance that says that they will not interfere with any immigration or ICE deportation. I don't know how well that stands at a federal level, but that's the best ordinance we have. Anything else outside of that, the state has discounted because of their position and because of our presidential administration. So at this point, the best thing we can do is assure our community that we do support them, making sure they're educated, and to the best of our ability, keep them as safe as possible.
Have you given any directives to police chief or department in that regard, or even city workers?
No, I really haven't had to. I had initial conversations with police and sheriff early on, actually throughout my campaign, but early on, as soon as I was elected, I have 100% confidence in them, knowing that their hearts are in the right place, wanting to do what is fair and just for our residents, and I know that they are willing to do whatever it takes to create harmony as much as possible in the midst of this turmoil.
What's your message to people who see the headlines, feel ICE or immigration kind of closing in on where they live?
Have faith. Right now, for me, it's just a matter of, to God be the glory. And I pray for their covering as much as possible, because it's going to take faith to deliver them.
I want to talk about another one of your priorities, which is tackling poverty. You mentioned the need for affordable housing in Wyandotte County.
Yeah.
What would you like to see happen here, and what will your administration try to do?
What I want to see right now is we're in the middle of, so we have a campus going in downtown for Kansas City, Kansas Community College. And they're concerned about the safety as well as the other businesses in our area, particularly with those who are homeless. And so right now, we've got a task force putting together a comprehensive plan for low income to poverty, particularly our unhoused. I am really excited about that. That task force has been going on for quite some time. I've really kind of set a 60-day deadline right now to reposition our Willie Gill Center that feeds the homeless. Hot Lunch Inc. provides those meals daily. They volunteer every day to do that. And there's some other strong, Montgomery Development Corp, Crosslines, Wyandotte Inc., all these wonderful nonprofit agencies that support our low income to poverty, those with mental health, and of course our homeless, are coming together and creating a plan that I think will work. So I'm excited about the innovation that they're going to bring to the table, and they have my support 100% to make sure that happens.
Any other methods for trying to tackle poverty and the inequality and equity in Wyandotte County?
You know, that is like a big elephant, right, to bite into. And right now, I don't have any other new methods. I think there are some organizations in other states that are doing some phenomenal things when it comes to housing, tiny homes, small little villages, and we are looking at that. I believe there is a small area, tiny homes, that's already been built, but we're looking more into doing those things. I don't think we need to reinvent the wheel. I do think, though, that we need to customize it to our community and ensure that we have the right players in place to execute and implement those programs. More importantly, find ways to keep them sustainable.